Long, long ago, when the earth was still young and people were spreading across it, something terrible began to happen. Humanity, instead of growing in goodness, began to fall deeper into sin. Violence, cruelty, greed, and selfishness became normal. The hearts of people were filled with evil thoughts day and night. God looked upon the earth, and his heart was grieved. The world he had lovingly created had turned against him. People had forgotten their Creator. So God made a decision. I will wipe mankind from the face of the earth, along with the animals and birds. For I am sorry that I have made them. But in the middle of all this darkness, there was one man, Noah. Noah, a man of faith. Noah was different. He was righteous, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. While the world turned its back on the truth, Noah listened. He obeyed. He trusted. And so, God chose Noah. One day, God spoke to Noah and said, I am going to send a great flood to destroy all life on earth. But you, Noah, will be saved. Build an ark, a massive boat, for you and your family and every kind of animal. Building the ark, God gave Noah the exact instructions. The ark would be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, roughly the size of a modern-day football field. It would have 3 decks, 1 door, and be sealed with pitch to make it waterproof. Noah began building, cutting wood, shaping beams, laying planks, all while people around him laughed and mocked. They said, Why build a ship in the middle of dry land? Where is your flood, Noah? But Noah didn't stop. He knew God's word was true. The gathering of the animals. Then something incredible happened. Animals began to appear, 2 by 2, from far and wide. Elephants, lions, birds, reptiles, insects, all came to the ark. It was as if the earth itself had heard God's voice. Noah brought them in, just as he was commanded. He also prepared food and supplies, then entered the ark with his wife, his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. The great flood. The skies darkened. The ground trembled. And then it began. Rain fell. Not just ordinary rain, but torrents from the heavens. The fountains of the deep burst open. Water flooded everything. The earth became a vast ocean. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Mountains disappeared beneath the waves. Cities vanished. All living creatures outside the ark perished. But Noah's ark floated safely on the water, carried by the hand of God. The waiting and the dove. For 150 days the earth was covered in water. Then God remembered Noah. He sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to recede. Eventually, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah sent out a raven, which flew back and forth. Then he sent a dove. It returned, finding no dry land. 7 days later he sent it again, and this time it returned with an olive leaf. Life was returning. The earth was healing. Finally, the dove did not return. The land was dry. A new beginning. God said, Come out of the ark, you and your family, and bring out every living creature. Noah stepped out into a brand new world, fresh, clean, and full of possibility. The very first thing he did was build an altar and offer a sacrifice of thanks to God. The rainbow promise. God was pleased, and he made a covenant with Noah and all of creation. Never again will I destroy all life by a flood. As a sign of this promise, I set my rainbow in the sky. And so, the first rainbow appeared, a beautiful arc of color, stretching across the sky, a sign of God's everlasting promise and mercy. The message of the story. The story of Noah is not just about a flood. It's a story of one man's faith in a world full of doubt. A story of obedience when everyone else laughed. a story of hope rising out of destruction. And above all, it's a reminder that even in judgment, God shows mercy and keeps his promises.